So for today's lesson, we are going to talk about search engine optimization, or better known as SEO. What is SEO? SEO is the abbreviation or short term for search engine optimization. It is the process of improving your website or your web page to improve its ranking and visibility on search engine results page, or what we call SERPs. What is an SERP? An SERP, or search engine results page, is the page that appears after entering a query on search engines such as Google, Bing, Yahoo, and many more. So for example, we are looking for beauty products. I'm going to input beauty products on here, and we are going to be redirected to an SERP. So this is a search engine result page where Google shows its results. So since Google is the most commonly used search engine with more or less 80% of market share, we are going to focus on this search engine for our SEO lesson. So before we start unlocking all our SEO lessons, let us first define the three kinds of SEO. So we have the technical SEO, the on-page SEO, and the off-page SEO. Let us talk first about technical SEO. Technical SEO is all about the non-content aspects of a website. It relates to how good your website's back-end foundation and structure. Among the things you need to consider when exploring this type of SEO are the website's mobile friendliness, site speed, site structure, security, crawlability, indexing, and structured data. Sounds a bit of too much work, right? No worries, since we are not going to focus on this one for our SEO Freelancing 101 program. This topic is usually for those who are really pursuing the technical SEO strategy or who really want to specialize and be a master of SEO. For us, we are going to focus on the remaining two types of SEO, which are on-page SEO and off-page SEO. So now let's go to the second type, which is the on-page SEO. On-page SEO is about your website's content. It includes the strategy of focusing your effort to the individual page of your website. On-page SEO key factors are number 1, keyword research, number 2, content creation, and number 3, keyword optimization. So we will discuss deeper about these factors on the next part of our SEO lesson, since this part, or the part 1 of SEO, will only focus about SEO analysis of a website. So now let us go to the last kind of SEO, which is what we call the off-page SEO. It is all about the relationship of your website to the other website, which later on gives your website more authority on its certain niche or topic. This includes quality backlinks to position your website as highly reliable source and increase its SEO score. So instead of just digging into the steps on how to carry on our on-page and off-page strategies, we will start with identifying the proper steps to carry out a wise SEO strategy. So first, we have to identify our SEO purpose. Next is we have to conduct SEO analysis. And the last one is we need to create an SEO plan. So the purpose of SEO is to get your website ranked higher on search engines. With this strategy, it will be easier for you to attract website visitors and turn them into your loyal clients. So let us take an example. Let's say we're going to look for the topic, how to cook adobo on Google, which is the most popular search engine. Okay, let's type in here, how to cook adobo. Click enter. And then now, this is how the search engine result page, or the SERP, is going to look like. So all the websites that are featured on the first page are those websites or web pages that score high on SEO. So you can see this is the first page here. And then, especially the first 4 websites on top, which is panlasangpinoy.com. Well, the videos as well are also ranking high. Aside from panlasangpinoy.com, we also have foxyfoxy.com, salosalo.com, and allrecipes.com. So the goal of SEO is to improve our visibility on this SERP. by appearing on the first or second page of Google. So either first or second, this one. So you also have the second one, right? So of course, being on the first page is always better and always the main point of SEO. If you can target ranking high on the first page, I mean like you are on the top 4 websites on the first page, then that is a lot better. Now, if your SEO score is very low, you will appear on the later SERPs. So let's say you have a weak SEO score and you appear on page 9. So we have here the domesticman.com, tommytrain.com, cookbuy.com. So it's true that you still appear on search engines result page, but the truth is that rarely or even never we scroll to these pages, right? We usually check the first page. Where was it? There we go. We usually check the first page, and if we need more resources, we usually go to the second page and then to page 3. And the truth is that it's a very rare for us to check page 4 and up. So therefore, even though we appear on SERPs on other pages like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and up, our website and our content won't be visible to potential clients or users, customers, or followers who are searching topics in our niche, since they won't bother going to these pages. So to understand how a certain site or page position itself on search engines, we need to conduct SEO analysis. It might sound very technical, but it's not as difficult as you imagine. So to do an SEO analysis, we will need to use a tool for SEO analysis. So there's a lot of tools out there that you can actually use. But in this program, we are going to use SEO Quake. So what you need to do is to go to google.com, and I'm currently here, and then type SEO Quake Chrome extension. So I'm going to type it, SEO Quake Chrome extension. There you go. And then now we are going to be redirected to the SERP. So what you need to do is to choose this one, SEO Quake Chrome Web Store. Click on it. So by the way, SEO Quake is an extension to our browser. So we are going to click this one, add to Chrome. Don't worry, it's very safe. Add to Chrome, and then select add extension. Okay, so now SEO Quake has been added to Chrome. Use this extension by clicking on this icon and manage your extensions by clicking extensions in the tools menu. So as you can see, if you click this icon, which is our extensions, it will show SEO Quake, okay? So I do have other extensions here, but I'm not gonna touch on them, okay? SEO Quake. So now that we have already added SEO Quake extension to our Chrome, we can now do some SEO analysis. So for example, we are searching for Ateneo de Davao website, okay? So of course, this is their website. I'm gonna click on this one. So we have our SEO Quake turned on, right? You can check if it's on or not from here. So here it's in there and it's turned on. There you go. Okay, let's just wait for a bit. Let's see. Okay, so you see the SEO Quake extension is already seen on this part. So we have here the Google index, we have here SEM rush backlinks, we have SEM rush subdomain backlinks, and those stuff. So if you don't wanna if you don't wanna see this panel, you can actually close this one, or you can also configure the panel and position the SEO bar on the bottom horizontal. So we will have it here, or you can also check on left vertical, or you can also check on right vertical. So I'm usually more comfortable with the left vertical position, but it's all up to you, okay? You can also change to light or dark if you want. So I am also comfortable with the dark one. So here you can see a summary report, diagnosis, density, external links, internal links, site audit, Facebook likes, Pinterest pin, Google Index, Bing Index, Alexa Rank, Whois, SEMrush Rank, SEMrush Advertiser Display Ads, SEMrush Publisher Display Ads, SEMrush Backlinks, and SEMrush Subdomain Backlinks. So normally, I also try to close this panel. So you can say for this domain, for any domain. So let's say I only want to disable this SEO bar for this domain. So I'm going to click that one. So now we cannot see, we cannot use the SEO Quake for analysis, right? For our analysis. What we need to do is click on here, the extensions, click on SEO Quake, and there you go. We have here the page info. If you want to see there, if you click that page info, you will be redirected to this. So as you can see, we have here page info, diagnosis, internal, external, density, compare URLs or domains. So let's start first with our page info. So you can see this is the title of the page, which is Ateneo de Davao University, Davao City, Philippines, strong in faith that does justice. So you can also see that they are not using any meta keywords. They are not using any meta descriptions. They have internal links. Internal links means that they have links within the site that redirects you to another page of their own website. And we also have external links, which are links on the site that actually redirects you to an external link, or a link that is that will direct you to a website that is not from Ateneo de Davao. So you will have here the parameters on page, a domain, backlinks. So you can see here the keyword density. So these are all their keywords. So total number of words, 819. You can click on see all if you want. There you go. So they use university a lot of times. You can find it on the title as well. So if you're using that, if you're using your main keyword for your title, then that is very good, because the title actually pull more SEO score, or gives more SEO score for you. So repeats, this is a number of times that the word university has been used on the website. So the density is 3.16% and prominence is 57.09%. So this is a very good density, the keyword density, since now SEO is very strict when it comes to its rule. They don't want keyword stuffing, which we will discuss later on. They only want right keyword density, which is like 5% and below. So 3.16% is a good density score. So you can see here our word, total 2-word phrases, the university, the Ateneo, Davao University. You can see the repeats, number of repeats here, and the density, and whether they are found in the title or just on the normal blogs, okay? So then if you go to diagnosis, this is where you can start analyzing the SEO score, or how good the SEO of that website is. So you can see the URL, which is www.adu.edu.ph. So the shorter the URL is, the better. And especially if it contains the main keyword, then that is also better. But for this one, they only go with Adu instead of Ateneo de Davao University, because I'm guessing that they prefer the shorter one instead of just adding the main keyword for their website. So you can have here, you can click on tips to see what is the best practice for SEO for our URL. So if you click on tips, you will see this. Search engines and visitors can interact with your website more effectively when you use URLs that describes the page's content. For example, http www.company.com/company information. So URLs are extremely vital to your SEO campaign, so be sure to use URLs that make it easy for Google to index your site. So Ateneo de Davao University is well known as Adu, so that's why they're using adu.edu.ph, okay? So a canonical tag is set for this page, and the link is working fine. So their canonical tag is this one. And then title. So the title of a web page or a website can be found when you point the arrow to the top. So here it says Ateneo de Davao University, Davao City, Philippines, strong, that. So you will see it is not checked. So you can see here on this part, look at this one, the symbol, whether it passed the SEO audit or it failed the SEO audit, or there is a warning for the SEO audit. So as you can see, we are using this one. So that means that we have a warning. So the reason for this is because Ateneo de Davao University is using 89 characters for its title. And this is just average. It means it's average. It's not that bad, but it's not the best title for a website or a web page, because the most optimal title for a web page or a website is only 10 to 70 characters. So as you can see here, if we click on this one, it's incomplete. We cannot see the word after the word after strong, right? So it's supposed to be strong in faith that does justice. So we cannot find these ones. So they can actually make it better by changing the title of their webpage. So for meta description, there is an error simply because they don't really have a meta description. And then for meta keywords, they also don't have any meta keywords. And if I were you, or if I were them, I would add meta description and meta keywords, since it will add more authority to our website. Though they already appeared on the first SERP, no, on the first page of SERP, and in fact they are the first website, so that means that their SEO score is really high already. So we have the headings here. So their headings is currently a warning. So we see your page implements HTML headings, but H1 through H3 headings do not appear, so this should be corrected. So that is why they were only using H3 and H12. They're only using H1 and H12 headings. So actually, in any kind of web page, a title and a heading, they are very important for our SEO score. So we can click on tips here if you want. If you want to see what they suggest. Okay, so you can include keywords in your headings, which is very good. The initial heading, H1, should include your best keywords. Yes. So for any kind of title or heading, one, especially the heading 1, carries more weight than the rest of the headings, because the lower the number means the bigger the heading, or the more important the heading. So if you have a main keyword and secondary keywords, and you want to apply your keywords to your headings, then make sure that you apply the main keyword to your heading number 1. So then for images, there are 15 images without alt. So we're going to talk about that later. And then we have here text HTML ratio. So we have 16.96%, not bad. But we suggest adding more text to your website. So let's see. Okay, it's not that bad, yeah. Frames, you can see the Flash, microformat, schema.org, the open graph, Twitter card, and those. So for mobile compliance as well, the most important thing to check here is the meta viewport. So means if it's checked, that means your website is mobile friendly, which is very important for any kind of website. Okay, so good, this page is a typical viewport meta tag value compatible with most of mobile browsers. So site compliance. So site compliance is more on technical SEO. So now let us go to our internal. So before we go to internal and external and density and compare URLs and domains, let us go back to a website, to a certain website. So let's say, what kind of website do we want to? Let's say Quora.com, okay? There you go. So we can see again this SEO bar. I just want to tell something about this. So this is the summary report that if you click on this one, you will automatically be redirected to this page, which we already tackled back then. And then, so we have here the diagnosis. If you click that, you will go to diagnosis. If you click on density, external links, you will still be redirected to those things. Okay, so let's talk about these ones. So the Google Index. So Google Index, it shows you how many pages have been indexed by Google. So it is important that your website or page is indexed by Google so they appear on search results. Because if they are not indexed by Google, then doesn't matter how great you do on your SEO strategy, your website is still not going to appear on Google search results. Okay, so the higher the number, the better. So 49.4 M is a very good score for Google Index. Now we have the Bing Index. It's more or less the same as Google Index. The only difference is that this is for Bing results. Okay, we have Alexa Rank, which is usually not available. I don't know why. And then we have here this SEMrush Rank. So SEMrush Rank is this is SEMrush Rank on your domain based on the organic visibility of the page. So which means it considers how much traffic the page is getting from organic search. So not the paid search, okay? Just the organic search. So the lower the number, the better. So this one has 50, which means is a very great SEMrush rank. So we have here the SEMrush advertising display ads. Advertiser display ads, I mean. So just basically how many display ads are in the page. So it can include a image, HTML, and text. So there's a lot. So the higher the number, the better. And we also have here the SEMrush publisher ads. And what's more? We have SEMrush backlinks and SEMrush subdomain backlinks. So that's it. Let's go back to the analysis of Ateneo de Davao University website, okay? So internal is all the internal links that you can find from that website. So internal links means again that these are links that directs you to a page that is within or inside the website, okay? So as you can see, there are 69 links, internal links on the Ateneo de Davao University website. So which is this one. The number one is www.adu.edu.ph. If you want to see the ranking here, you can just click that arrow. So you can see here Google cache date March 27, 2021. Facebook likes not available. SEMrush backlinks 3,389. And we also have this kind of link, no? So which is adu.edu.ph undergraduate programs. adu.edu.ph graduate programs new. So those kinds of things. So you can actually refresh them, reload them, so the number will appear. So now let us go to external. So contrary to internal, this means that these are the external the external links, or the links that once you click them, they will direct you to a website that is, or to a page that is not within the website of Ateneo de Davao University. So for example, we have here athletics. So they're still adu.edu.ph actually. The problem is that, so like for example, this one is directing you to twitter.com. This one is directing you to google.com, and then this one is directing you to facebook.com. The rest are still adu.com. The problem is that they are not starting with the same URL like adu.edu.ph. They have this other word on the first, no? And then we can also click on the density. So as you can see, the density is all about the keyword density. So we can find here the one word keywords table, which is this one. They use university a lot, Ateneo, payment, research, programs, school, Davao, graduate, Mindanao, student, community. If we click on the two-word keywords table, so they are using the university, the Ateneo, Davao University, the Davao Ateneo de, learn more, graduate programs. And if we go to three-word keywords table, they're using the Davao University, Ateneo de Davao, 2021, 0 comments, engagement and advocacy, community engagement and Ateneo, the Ateneo, giving to Ateneo. If we click on the four-word keywords table, they're using Ateneo de Davao University, community engagement and advocacy, the University Research Council, should we consider vaccination, those kinds of things, okay? So as much as possible, especially when your website is still new, you have to use long tail keywords. So means this one, the 3-word to 4-word keywords, since according to one survey that most people search a topic with long tail keywords, more or less. Okay, so for example, if one person is looking for a university in Manila, they're not just going to type university, they're going to type probably best university in Manila. So that is how they're going to enter their search, right? Or like that for accountancy, those kinds of things. So if you are going to target long tail keywords, then there is a better chance for your web page to rank, since for one word keywords there is too much competition on this one. So for example, if you're just going to type in university, let's wait for a bit, university, so it's going to show web pages that is number 1, probably not the one that you are really looking for. So for example, I'm looking for a university in Manila, so I am looking at university Wikipedia right here. I'm looking at Harvard University, which is of course in the US. We have the Princeton University, University of Cambridge, Stanford University, those things. Okay, those things, I'm not even going to enroll to those universities. So it's always better to target long tail keywords. So if you search on university in Manila, you will be provided with these results. 25 best universities in Manila from Idarabia. We have finduniversity.ph, which is very, very helpful in terms of searching for a university. And we have Wikipedia. We have these kinds of things. So we have University of the Philippines, De La Salle University, those kinds of things, right? So now let us go to compare URLs and domain. So this is, we are currently checking the Ateneo de Davao's website. So let's say we want to compare which university? University of Mindanao, for example. University of Mindanao, Davao. I'm not familiar with their website, so I'm gonna check. Actually, I'm not familiar with any university's website right now because that's been a long time ago since the last time that I attended a university. So Mindanao, is it that one? umindanao.edu.ph. There you go. www.umindanao.edu.ph. Or let's, right? Is it really this one? Ooh, my connection is not private. Okay. I don't understand. So I'm just gonna go, even if it's not safe. I'm just gonna advance. Because they don't have this HTTPS. That's why. Ooh, I have it. I don't know. Proceed to umindanao.edu.ph. Okay, there you go. So they only have this one. So let's paste it here and let's process URLs. So now you can see for Google Index, of course, the higher the number is better, right? So Ateneo is doing better in terms of Google Index. Bing Index, it's a close fight, like 7,000, 6,800. Alexa rank, let's see. Well, of course, not available, which is usually the answer. So SEMrush rank. So for SEMrush rank, the lower is the better. This one is 450,000. This is 1 million. And SEMrush backlink. So this one, the higher the better. And SEMrush subdomains. So it's quite good. So remember that this is SEO ranking, okay? We are not comparing the two universities based on their outcome, because definitely these two universities are very, very great and they produce great graduates as well. I love these two universities. So that's it. So that is how you compare, and you compare websites. So if you want to have a copy of this one, you can actually save it as CSV. There you go, by clicking there, and then compare. Let's say the file name is adu.um links.csv, and then later you can import it to your database for whatever purpose it may serve. So A lot of marketing analysts or SEO analysts or growth analysts, they usually use these kinds of data in order to plan their next strategy. So another thing is you can also add some parameters. So if you want to check Yahoo index, there you will see that we have Yahoo index here. So we are reloading it. So they also have a close fight on Yahoo index. The ADU has 17,900 and University of Mindanao has 13,900. You can also hide some parameter, like for example, who is an Alexa rank, then it will not appear on this side, okay? So now, since we already know how to use SEO Quake for our SEO analysis, we can now start creating our SEO analysis written form, okay? So let us say that we are going to check the website of Alvaro Trigo. So the website of Alvaro Trigo is alvarotrigo.com, and it's the website for his first project and the main website actually. So as you can see here on this side, we have the SEO Quake report. So I want to check Google index. It's at 246, so it's not that high. Bing index, it's fine at 19.9 thousand. And we have SEM Rush rank at 430k. SEM Rush advertiser display ads 0, public display ads 82, those kinds of things. So we have 189 backlinks and subdomain backlinks. Should be fine. But we are going to check now the overall summary report. So let's click summary report. There you go. So you can see it's Alvaro Trigo portfolio, which makes sense since it's actually a website for his portfolio. It was supposed to be only his portfolio, but it became his primary website since his project became big, the first one. Not super big, but like became profitable, right? So meta keywords Alvaro Trigo Lopez. So that makes sense because in the JavaScript world and in the coding world, he is quite popular for creating full page portfolio, blog, website, full page, which is very important since this is the main product that he's pushing on this website. jQuery, plugin, full screen, full developer. So meta description, Alvaro Trigo portfolio, here you can take a look, something like that. So we have here the keywords density, create, repeat at 12 times, but this doesn't make sense. I mean, create is very general, right? So density is at 0.74%. But let's go to density later, okay? So let's go to diagnosis first. So we have his URL, 16 characters optimal, and it's very good because it really talks about something. It's not a product, but it's the creator. But it makes sense in this case since the creator is also as popular as a product. Canonical, no canonical tag is set for this page, it should be fine. Title is 24 characters, so it's optimal, and it makes sense because it says what is in the website, Alvaro Trigo portfolio, right? Meta description. So meta description, we have a warning here, and the reason for that is because it is only 109 characters. So the best one should be 160 characters to 300 characters. So we can put that here. For the website content needs to improve meta description, okay? So this is the SEO analysis. So for the, where are we? So headings is very good since it's very good to have only one H1 heading on the first page, and then he's using other heading like from H2 to H4, which is good. Your page implements HTML headings and only one H1 heading is used, so you can see that. So images, all images have alt attributes, so that's a good one. Text HTML ratio 44.65%. This is not bad, but the text to HTML ratio is not a direct ranking factor for search engines, but there are many factors related to the ratio that indicates best SEO practices, and thus may indirectly result in higher search rankings. Yeah, okay. Should be fine. Doesn't directly affect his SEO anyways. So another important one is the meta viewport. And though it's checked, that means meta viewport means it's mobile friendly. Mobile friendly, okay? So it's very good. And then let's go to internal links. So as you can see, it's a little bit weak since it only has 19. And for external links, it has more at 48, which maybe we can still improve, right? And for the density, so now here we can use the keyword. We have create, which is 12 times, repeated 12 times at 0.77%. So I think we can improve the keyword there. For two-word keyword, let's say to create more, it's more the same, right? 7 at 0.89%. I kind of don't like his keyword though, because like it's very vague. No, it doesn't talk directly about the product. So well, maybe it would be better for here like full page, to have here full page and Alvaro, and then maybe for the two-word keywords, maybe I would have Alvaro Trio or another thing again. For the three-word, I decided to repeat it 4 times. I still don't like this one, so maybe like website full page, website full screen, something like that, right? I don't know. And for four-word keyword table, companies such as, so this one. So original text, this one here. So as you can see, no text is actually no text is prominent because the keyword density is not that good. So maybe we can improve keyword density there. So need to add more blogs. No, I mean, yeah. For internal and external link, we also have to improve, right? So need to add more blogs. I think so. Let's see in the blog. Well, he has some vlogs, but we can add, I think, a bit more. Let's look on this one. Internal 69 is still, oh, external is only 3 for the whole blog. Maybe each blog has only its different one, so should be fine. But let's add more blogs, and because that is the way for us to improve our internal and external links. Internal links needs to add more, external links needs to add more keywords, needs to target more search keywords and use them frequently or more times. There you go. So for SEO, since we already have our SEO analysis, and we can actually, you know what you can do with this one? You can save them, right? You can save them, so you have a copy of this one. Here for internal links, you can save here as save as CSV. External, save as CSV. For the keyword densities, save as CSV. So for diagnosis, we don't have it. We have a save as CSV. What you can do probably is just take a screenshot of the more important one and include it to your SEO analysis, like attach it. So since we already have an analysis, we can already have a concrete planning, SEO planning. So number 1, needs to improve meta description. I said edit meta description. It should be between 160 to 300 characters. So it is true that he already has a meta description, but it's only 109 characters, and that's the thing that we have to improve. And then I think we can also add keyword, like maybe add the product, since the product will be the one that is be more search, I think. Yeah, needs to add more text or blog so we can increase the number of internal and external links. It is better to concentrate more in blog section as it gives more SEO score. Homepage with too much links might not be that very good. And number 3, needs to target better keywords and improve density. Use them. repeat more. So that's it. We already have our SEO analysis and plan, and in the next 3 days we are going to upload our on-page SEO lesson. So for now, please create your own SEO analysis and plan. Choose a website, a certain website. You can choose whatever you want and create an SEO analysis and plan for that website, okay? And the next is we will have our on-page SEO lesson for the next 3 days, and that is when I will teach you about the SEO content, creating SEO content, and we will have another assignment there, okay? So that's it. Enjoy our break for the next 3 days, and thank you for watching this video.